All right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lupagus show. I'm One Bar with Lupagus, and damn it, we're going to be talking some Matthew Stafford trade, Lions, how this affects the Vikings' first round draft pick, which is pick 14.
I just realized I'm wearing the same shirt from our last video. Yes, Matt Stafford traded to the Los Angeles Rams for quite the haul. 2 first-round picks, a third-rounder this year, and Jared Goff, the new slayer of the NFC North. So how does this affect what the Lions do at pick 7, and how is that going to affect what the Minnesota Vikings see on the board at 14 is the question we are going to be addressing today.
Yeah, so the number one question is going to be for the Lions front office and that new coaching staff. Do they still take a quarterback at 7, even though they got Jared Goff, who is a very hefty price tag? I believe he's still got a couple years on the contract.
Yeah, and I'm going to say it doesn't rule them out from still going with a quarterback. I feel like Jared Goff was like just the throwing part in this deal. Gives the Lions something. I really don't expect him to be there more than a year. Again, it gives them some flexibility. Do they have to take a quarterback? No. So if they feel like maybe Trey Lance isn't worth pick 7, they can just go a different route. That's the way I feel on the quarterback thing. How about what's your take on that?
Yeah, I think they could kind of go either way. I'm sure they probably already know, especially if there's a like Justin Fields for some reason is there at 7. Trey Lance has been the one that's been talked to the Lions quite a bit. I don't think that rules them out at all. But when you look at how many draft picks they're going to have in the future, too, it's not like next year they're going to compete. So there's going to be some good quarterbacks that come out next year, and they'll probably still have a very high pick. So I could see them just addressing a different need. That's the reason I don't think they'll go quarterback. And what pisses me off about this is the Lions needs, they need needs along the defensive line, which if they wouldn't have made this trade, wouldn't have even been in the talker. And they also need secondary help.
Well, that too. And then you can also, I think, any dream of Devontae Smith falling down the board or Jamar Chase or anybody like that. Kenny Galladay is probably going to go in free agency this year, so they could go that route, give Jared Goff another weapon. So I think it hurts you there too. Definitely defensive line with Pay and Russo. They could snipe one of those guys, and then I mean, like you said, I mean the wide receiver I think is definitely an option for Lions at 7 if they decide to roll with Goff this year, which I think they're going to roll with him anyway. But again, if the quarterback's there who they think they can build around, Dan Campbell, you know, he might want his own guy. I don't know if he sees Jared Goff as a kneecap eater or not.
Never know. He could surprise him very much so. But yes, receiver, it's going to be a fun one to watch. I mean, when I look at the Lions right now, who I think they would take at pick 7, like Micah Parsons really sticks out to me. Just best player available. Snap them up. They got 18 million first-round draft picks over the next couple of years. They're going to be able to fill actual needs, but best player available for the Lions with every damn pick. Another thing that they could do is trade back and get some more picks and just land right in front of the Vikings and snipe one of our guys. That's my biggest fear.
Yeah, I think no matter what, the whole thing we can take away from this is it's not good for the Vikings at pick 14. I think it, you know, muddles the waters of what's going to be available to them when they were kind of locked into a quarterback. Just pushing another good player down to us, and now that's probably less likely to happen. So no matter what happens, it's just not good news for the Vikings. So scared, so frightened.
But that's what makes the NFL draft and draft day so damn fun. You just don't know what's going to happen. This will be one to keep an eye on. Hopefully the Lions fall in love with somebody right now that is currently in the high 20s and is a position. Hopefully he's a tight end.
Yeah, they love drafting their first-round tight ends. I think it's probably the position they've drafted most over the years in the first round. So I forgot. I was watching an old draft. Remember Brandon Pettigrew?
Yeah, I do.
I forgot all about that guy.
Oklahoma State.
Lions had to have him. They did. They took him.
Didn't do particularly well.
No, he did not. He did not. So that's it. The Lions, movers and shakers. It happened. They made the big deal. Not really where many were expecting Stafford to go. So I guess they just got an offer that blew them off the freaking table. Just like that Jacksonville GM did in draft day.
Had to have those second rounders. You got them.
All right. We learned where Matt Stafford is going to be play football next year. Now you're going to learn this. Humans share 50% of their DNA with bananas.